When Valerius and Mion got out from the desert, they saw a grand forest. Valerius knew that this was the last area to pass through to get to the land of the greater. They went through the forest eating berries, mushrooms, and animals. Every night they set up camp and spoke while watching the stars. After 4 days in the forest, they finally saw the final destination of the journey, the land of the greater. With large steep peaks and ginormous forests, the magic and prowess could be felt in the air. Both, filled with excitement, took their first steps into the lands. For the past 2 weeks in Teamyst, while Valerius has been gone, the tensions between Teamyst and Alteric and Scaura were at an all-time high. At first, they began sending civilians down to the Caedan Peninsula, away from the potential conflict. Teamyst has mountains between them and Alteric, and the sea between them and Scaura. Luckily, they specialize in both these areas. But so do they. Teamyst knew that with their high level of advanced knowledge that they would be able to put up a fight. But defending themselves against 2 of the strongest nations of the time would put them in great danger of losing their land and people. After 2 days, Scaura had ships surrounding Teamyst, stopping any others from passing through, and Alteric had positioned their army on the other side of the mountains. 2 days later, after the Council of Teamyst carefully decided to launch the first attack, they gathered their strongest ships and focused them into the center of Scaura's blockade, boring a hole into it, then trying to surround the 2 halves of the blockade. During this, Teamyst also began launching cannons and arrows over the mountain at the Alteric army. The battle kept raging on, with Teamyst using their tactical skills and strong geographic defense to their advantage, and Scaura and Alteric using their positioning and numbers to theirs. Valerius and Mion walked through the mystical deserts. Valerius was following his map to find the Temple of Death, where they could seek help from the goddess Murtia. Then Mion said, "Is that it?" The 2 of them saw a large structure, ingrained in mountains with a river alongside it. Valerius knew that this was the Temple of Death that they were looking for. They both approached the temple, slowly trying to be as calm as they could. They reached the entrance, and Valerius said, "We must kneel. They will know that we are here." The large gates slowly opened, and multiple scholars and mages greeted them and questioned them and why they were here. Upon telling them, the scholars brought them to the deep chamber of the temple and told them the way to summon the goddess Murtia. The scholars left the chamber, and the 2 of them began performing this ritual, hoping that it would bring them the salvation they sought so desperately.